How's it going, everyone? I've been just thinking about some current events with video games and multimedia. I'm just sitting in my car right now, um, and I just wanted to give some of my unsolicited 2 cents on the matter. I know that the big item of the day was that Microsoft is increasing the price tag for Xbox Game Pass to $30 a month, which is ridiculous, but nevertheless, it's par for the course for the entire entertainment industry at large. You have Nintendo ridiculously increasing their prices, and then you have many of the streaming services out there increasing their prices. And I think that there's been a lot of interesting takes on the situation, people blaming the tariffs or people blaming corporate greed, which, there might be a little bit of truth in that. But in my estimation, I think that the problem with this whole fiasco, the foundation of that problem has been in the works for the better part of a decade. And that is the abolition of personal property, the abolition of ownership for the media that you consume. I know that everyone thought that the advent of Netflix would be a great opportunity, and on the surface, it is because you have a huge library of television shows and movies that you can watch whenever you want, provided that you have the right subscription service nowadays, um, without having to pay hundreds of dollars on, for DVDs or VHS tapes if you're still stuck in the 90s. Um, but the thing about it is that once you have gotten into the mindset where you're going to give up that personal ownership for the convenience of streaming services or subscription services, the eventual downfall, the eventual you know price hike is good. Will is inevitable. You know, I guess that's redundant. Um, the price hike is inevitable. It's going to happen, and it has happened, and now people are up in arms, but they're kind of trapped because they have positioned themselves in a way where they're semi dependent on these entertainment services. And all I have to say to that is that you should try to go out of your way to buy physical media. All right, I know that it's going to cost more. I mean, I know that I, the initial buy-in of physical media is going to cost more, and the you are limited by how much physical media is available. But at the end of the day, what you have in your library is yours to do with what you please. You're not constricted by what's on the library or what the price is for the service that you're paying for. And in some cases, you're not prohibited from watching certain episodes or playing certain games because the respective company has decided that what they released in the past is not acceptable by some arbitrary measure that will be irrelevant in the next 5 or 10 years. So what I'm saying is that um, if you really want to curb this, you know, disdain for corporate greed or whatever you want to call it, just buy physical media. Just go back to, paying for physical media. Um, you'll have a modest library of content that you'll be able to enjoy for as long as your devices are fully functioning. But at the end of the day, it'll be yours to do with what you please within your house. You can't sell it on the black market or something like that. So that's all I have to say about that. A lot of people have been reading the tea leaves for years, and I think many people are waking up to that revelation, but hopefully they actually take the next step and say, no, we're not going to pay for these subscription services. Who knows? But hopefully they make the right